Billy Pilgrim has gone unstuck in time. He has seen his birth and death many times, he says, and pays random visits to all of the events in between. Billy is spastic in time, and he has no control over where he is going next. He's in a constant state of fright because he never knows what part of his life he's going to have to act in next.
You go on without me.
What?
Go on without me. I'm alright.
You're what?
I'm okay.
Jesus, I'd hate to see somebody sick. Here he is, boys. He don't want to live, but he's gonna live anyway. When he gets out of this, by God, he's gonna thank us for his life.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Pilgrim. Do you have any questions?
Why me?
That is a very earthling thing to ask, Mr. Pilgrim. Why you? Why us, for that matter? Why anything? It is because the moment simply is. Have you ever seen bugs trapped in amber?
Well, yes I have.
Well, here we are, Mr. Pilgrim, trapped in the amber of this moment. There is no why.
Where am I?
We are where we have to be just now. 300 million miles from Earth, bound for a time warp, which will get us to Tralfamadore in hours rather than centuries.
How did I get here?
It would take another Earthling to explain it to you. Earthlings are great explainers, explaining why this event is structured as it is, and telling how other events may be achieved or avoided. I am a Tralfamadorian, seeing all time as you might see a stretch of the Rocky Mountains.
All time is all time, Mr. Pilgrim. It does not change. It does not lend itself to warnings or explanations. It just simply is. Take it moment by moment, and you will find that we are all, as I've said before, bugs in amber.
Sounds like you don't believe in free will.
If I hadn't spent so much time studying Earthlings, I wouldn't have any idea what was meant by free will. I visited 31 inhabited planets in the universe, and I have studied reports on 100 more. Only on Earth is there any talk of free will.
Everything that there is to know about life can be found in The Brothers of Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. But that isn't enough anymore. These psychiatrists are going to have to start coming up with some wonderful new lies, or else these people just aren't going to want to go on living anymore.
One day I'm going to come in here, and Billy's going to uncover his head. And do you know what he's going to say?
What is he going to say, dear?
He's going to say, "Hello, Mom." He's going to say, "Gee, it's nice to see you, Mom. How have you been?"
Today could be the day.
Every night I pray.
That's a good thing to do.
People would be surprised if they knew how much in this world was due to prayer.
You've never said a truer thing, dear.
Does your mother come to visit you often?
My mother is dead.
I'm sorry.
She had a happy life, as long as it lasted.
That's a comforting thought. Billy's father is dead, you know. A boy needs a father. He was top of his class before he committed himself to this place.
Maybe he was working himself too hard.
He was engaged to a very rich girl.
That's good. Money can be a great comfort, sometimes.
It really can.
Of course it can.
Life isn't much fun if you have to pinch every penny till it screams.
It's nice to have some breathing room.
If anybody ever asks you what the sweetest thing in life is, it's revenge.
You're gonna shoot him?
I'm gonna have him a shot. He'll get home after the war. He'll be a big hero. The dames will be climbing all over him and anywhere in the world. Only $1,000 plus travel expenses. I got the list all in my head.
And who's on that list exactly?
Just make fucking sure you're not on it. Just don't cross me. That's all. Don't cross my friends either.
You had friends?
In the war? Yeah, I had a friend in the war. He's dead.
That's too bad.
Yeah, his name was Roland Weary. He was my buddy in the boxcar. He died in my arms. He died on account of this silly cocksucker here. So I promised him I'd have this silly cocksucker shot after the war. Just forget about it, kid. Enjoy life while you can. Nothing's gonna happen for maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But let me give you a piece of advice. Whenever the doorbell rings, have somebody else answer the door.
I, Billy Pilgrim, will die, have died, and always will die on February 13th, 1976. I, Billy Pilgrim, will die, have died, and always will die on February 13th, 1976. I, Billy Pilgrim, will die, have died, and always will die on February 13th, 1976.
It is high time I was dead. Many years ago, a certain man promised to have me killed. He is an old man now, living not far from here. He has read all the publicity associated with my appearance in your fair city. He is insane. Tonight, he will keep his promise. If you protest, if you think that death is a terrible thing, then you have not understood a word I have said. Farewell, hello. Farewell, hello.
So it goes. But the Russians hadn't come yet. Even 2 days after the war, it was peaceful in the ruins. Billy saw only one other person on the way to the slaughterhouse. It was an old man pushing a baby buggy. In the buggy were pots and cups and an umbrella for him and other things he had found. Billy stayed in the wagon when it reached the slaughterhouse, sunning himself. The others went looking for souvenirs. Later on in life, the Tralfamadorians would advise Billy to concentrate on the happy moments of his life and to ignore the unhappy ones, to stare only at pretty things as eternity failed to go by. If this sort of selectivity had been possible for Billy, he might have chosen as his happiest moment his sun-drenched snooze in the back of the wagon.